When you get vicious.
Yeah. This for my brothers, man. And this how we live, man. That war boy life. Huh? Lay back chillin', dog. Yeah, I'm trying to get it right.
Yo, what's good? Where you tune into the I Don't Even Know Bruh podcast with your host, King Guy, and the other host, Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
What's good, King God, man? How you doing today, bro?
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. Today, man, we got a special show. We highlighting a Black-owned business. So today we got Angel Plum Pastries. It's a family-owned and operated home bakery in Tampa, Florida that was established in 2009. They've been serving communities for over the past 11 years with their creative specialty cakes, treats, and cupcakes. Very, very delicious and very, very known. So today we got the owner, the founder, the CEO, Miss Sade Plummer. How you doing, ma'am?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's good, Sade?
Man, we're doing good. So first question, I got a quick question for you. What made you want to start this bakery company?
Honestly, after my daughter had turned 1, I was going around looking for people to do her cake. And I was very specific as far as how I wanted her cake to be. And folks, and that's when we was living back in Valdosta at the time. And I went to one lady, I think she was trying to charge me almost like $200 on a cake. And I was like, it ain't no way I'm spending $200 on
her cake almost got gold in it, man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, ain't no way I'm gonna do that. So I ended up going to like Publix to get her cake, and she had like the little number cake, and I still wasn't really satisfied with it. So I was like, you know what? If Publix can do something as simple as this, it gotta be a way that I can be able to do it. So Mike, my husband, his grandma, she bakes cakes. So I, asked her if she could give me some recipes. And old folks, they really don't want to give their recipes out, but she ended up giving it to me, and I did my hand with one cake for one of my real good friends. And it was for her baby shower. And she was like, oh, well, it looks good, friend. And I was like, I know that cake don't look good. It tasted good, but it didn't look good. So over time, I started developing my craft, going on YouTube, going to different classes and stuff like that, and just really learning the aspect of it. And that's how it really found it, honestly, from my daughter. It came from there.
That's so dope.
Did you like try to perfect the taste of it first before you perfect the design of designing the cakes?
Good question.
Oh yeah, of course. Because if your cake nasty, no matter how it looks, if it's a good looking cake, nobody is ever gonna come back to you if your cake tastes nasty. So I had to have both. It had to taste good and it had to look good. So that was a must for me, because you could go to other people. I won't call nobody names, but you can go to people, their cakes they would look good, but you will taste it and it's like, that tastes like a box cake. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I had to have original flavors. Like everything had to be from scratch. It had to look good as well as taste good.
Yeah, because I was big on that too, because I remember with my queen, she had her friend do us a cake. It was nice though. It was like real nice, man. Some type of cartoon characters for my son's birthday. It was beautiful, but the cake itself was horrible. It was dry. It wasn't like nothing tasted right. It was just horrible. So I like that you spend your time to make it taste good at least, and with the design, that's just a whole package. So yeah, that's amazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I try my best. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to like that portion of it. Like if it don't taste good, I honestly throw the whole cake away and I'll start from scratch, because I'd rather you have something good than not to have, I feel like with my name attached to it, I have to present it in a way that is acceptable, not just for me, but for somebody else.
Right. Well, that's dope. It's quality over quantity, That's really dope though, Shadi. I didn't even know all that. So the process of making the cake or the cupcake and stuff. I mean, how do you do like a job, like one job a day, or do you have like several different cakes and several different people that you trying to, because I know you got to put your spin on it. So how long are you spending like in the kitchen doing these cakes? Just estimated time.
So like you said, quality over quantity. So I honestly like I only take maybe for a week. Like if I have if I have orders that come in and I may have multiple orders, I'll only take in like 3 max because I still work a full-time job. So I'll only take in 3 because everything that I do is completely like the characters and stuff like that I'll put on cake. I make those molds. Like I don't buy no toys and put it on the cake. Like I'm actually making that. So I only limit myself to if it's a big order, like I know if it's gonna be a big order, so they're doing a cake and they're doing a party pack, then I'll only do 2 orders for that weekend. But if it's just like simple cakes and stuff like that, they may just do a standard decorated cake and then I may have 2 custom cakes. Then I'll go ahead and do 3. But I would rather have smaller orders being placed in for that weekend than versus getting a lot in because it's just me that's doing the design. So I'd rather have it be the way that most of the time people are spending a lot of money on cake. But they spend a lot of money, honestly. And so I'd rather, them get the best of me than just getting something I could just go to Walmart, throw a toy on it, and call it a day. That's not what you're paying for. You're paying for a custom cake, and that's what you can get is a custom cake.
Dope.
Right. Yeah. That's nice. So I know you're a mother and you're a wife. So how do you balance that while operating a successful business?
Oh Lord, I ain't even gonna lie, it's hard, y'all. That's my toughest thing is that balance because I'm thankful that I have, Mike, my husband, that if I get orders in, like he may cook dinner for that. My toughest day was I had to work, my 8 to 5. My son was still playing football, so having to make sure to take him to practice, going to practices, and then making sure my daughter got her schoolwork done. But I'm still trying to, make sure that I get like my order in a timely manner. Because like that order was a big order, like it was huge. So I'm trying to get everything that I needed to get done with that, making my pieces, get my pieces together. Like I was literally up every day up until like 3 in the morning and having to turn back right around, get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, get the kids situated for school. And by 9:30, I'm having to clock in to work. So that week was like one of my toughest weeks because I'm having to try to manage being a mom, being a wife, and then trying to manage the business and make sure I had everything in by a timely manner. I did, but with just me, I lose a lot of sleep. And a lot of my clients, they don't understand it. And it's not for them to understand that information because it's not for me to tell them, but I lose a lot of sleep just to make sure that their order is to their liking.
And that's dope that you make them sacrifices. That is very dope. And I just want to highlight that because you got a product that you put your love into, and people got to understand the story behind that product. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a sacrifice. You're a mom. You know what I'm saying? And that's nothing to like scuff at or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. And how you been doing with the COVID? You know what I'm saying? With your business, is it messing up the business or
Now COVID. Now after well, what I did at first when COVID first happened, that was back in March, is when everything popped off with it. So we were just coming off of spring break, and I was still in school. So I was like, well, I got to figure out a way because I live in Florida. So when it first happened, everything was shut down here in Florida. Mm-hmm. So no events going on. So if it's no events, I mean nobody ain't ordering no cakes, nothing like that. So I was like, man, it gotta be a way that I can still get my stuff out because I was still getting people asking me like, hey, are you back to baking? I was like, nah, I ain't back to baking. If there ain't no events going on, nah, I'm not gonna put myself at jeopardy and put y'all events. So I was like, okay, well, I gotta figure out a way to still get my product out to my clients because they requesting it. So I gotta figure out a way that I can get it out. So that's when I came up with the cake and jars, which these babies right here.
Dope. I wish we had some so we can do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Came out with the cake and jars, and so with that, like just that first week alone when I launched it, I probably made at least about 5 or 6 stacks just off of that. just that week, that first week launch, I made at least about four or five off of that. So it was a good profit margin for me because it doesn't cost me a lot to make it. Right. I do my own labeling, like everything. I package everything completely, and then Mike and the kids help me package everything out. But I'm keeping a lot of the money in house for me, and it was. I didn't expect for it to have that big of a turnaround as what it did, but since I launched it in I think I launched it in May, and since May, that's all I really do is the cake jars. Like I'll do my cake orders, but every week I have to send out like the cake jars to somebody. Like I'm either I just sent the order out to Texas, but because of the weather, it got delayed. So I'm gonna resend that package back out because, we can't control Mother Nature. So I'm sending that one out, but I've sent to Texas, California, New York, like all over is where I've sent out for the cake jars. So that's where I'm getting the bulk of my business is from the cake jars.
That's so dope, man. I didn't even know that. I need a cake jar.
That's dope. And that's a blessing too, just to kind of adapt to what's going on in the world. So how would one of those cake jars, how long does that like last before like it's the expiration date or whatever?
So you can freeze them and you can refrigerate them. So if you refrigerate them, its shelf life is going to be a month. But if you freeze it, then the shelf life is 3 months.
Okay, cool. So another
what? Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, my
bad. No, I was gonna say what kind of flavors you got, because I need to know.
Oh, we have the flavors are limitless. So I have the Death by Chocolate, and each one has a story behind it. So Death by Chocolate, it's our chocolate cake. My aunt is like a huge chocolate cake lover, and so don't care if any cake was to be her last cake, it's gonna be Death by Chocolate. So I named that one a Death by Chocolate because if that was her last cake that she had to have, if she had to pass away, then that's what she get, and it's the Death by Chocolate. Oh. And then we have our Sandra Jean, which our Sandra Jean is red velvet and cookies and cream mix. Ooh. So red is it's Mike's grandmother's signature cake. That's our Betty Jean. So Betty Jean is his grandmother. That's the recipe that I had to kind of pull from her because she was not giving that sucker up. So this one is named after his grandmother, but the Sandra Jean is named after his late mom because she just loves sweets and she always liked to combine her sweets together. So since she liked to combine her sweets together, we named that one the Sandra Jean. So that one's that one. And like I said, got a combo. And we got the Auntie Takes the Keys. Auntie Takes the Keys is the key lime. I got an aunt that loves coming down to Florida. So because she loves coming down to Florida, I named that one after her, which is the Auntie Takes the Keys. And then we had the Bouncing Nanas, which is our banana pudding. That was named after my mom because my mama loves banana pudding. So I just named that one after her. And then I had the Poppy's Sweet Delight. That is our carrot cake. That's my daddy's. My kids call my daddy Poppy. He think he Spanish or whatever. So that's what he wanted to get. So I named that after my daddy because carrot cake is his absolute favorite cake. And then I have a Strawberry Explosion, which is a non-baked cheesecake. That was named after one of my really good friends here because she doesn't like cake at all, period, but she likes cheesecake. So I decided to kind of pay homage to her and name that one after her. And I'm trying to think of what else. So many. Oh, Sweet Southern Roots. So Sweet Southern Roots is our pecan pound cake. And I just named that one because, I'm from the South, so I had to keep it from the South.
229.
Right. Yeah. All those sound very delicious.
They are.
Yeah. But no, just me being on a healthy stance. Do you ever make like vegan desserts?
I have vegan. I actually have a keto cake, and it's called Ketolicious. It's made with almond flour. It has 0 sweetener to it, so everything is done like keto friendly. So I have almond flour. It's gluten free. The frosting that I put on there, it has the monk fruit sweetener, so that also has no sweetener to it as well. And that one is like more so for those that I don't put any egg or anything like that in it. It's water based. Like I use water with it, and even the butter is a vegan butter that I put into it. So that's more towards my more healthy clients that are on that keto diet, but also on that vegan fix as well. But still want to have sweets. I mean, I don't prefer it because if I eat sweets, I'm gonna eat sweets. But I have had clients that have ordered it and they really like it. For sweetener, added sweetener, I put applesauce into it because apples have just a natural sweetness to it. So I do add applesauce to it just so that way it can just give that extra umph into it. But outside of that, then that's my real main one. I can add fruit and stuff to it if you need me to, like as far as a topping piece of it. But that's the one that is, like I said, more so towards those that are more on that health conscious diet.
So I got one more question. So you can send cake anywhere in the United States, right? So
yeah,
people can know like you for real with it.
Yep, I can send through US and outside of US. So I've also shipped to Afghanistan for some soldiers as well. Different with their process, because when I ship in the United States, I ship on dry ice. But with shipping like to military bases, sometimes some of the military bases don't allow for dry ice. So I have to research and see which ones, do or don't. Because I have to do my due diligence as well. I just can't accept the order and say, I can do it if I can't. So I have to make sure I research, making sure that whatever base that they're on, they allow for me to ship it with dry ice, because some bases are real strict when it comes to it.
Right. Oh man, that's amazing. So how can people reach you on social media, email? Can you give them that information?
Yep. So they can reach me on IG. IG is Angel Plum _pastries. That's ANGELPLUM _pastries, PASTRIS. And then Facebook, just look up Angel Plum Pastries on Facebook. And then email, you can email Angel Plum Pastries LLC @gmail.com. Either way, if you do by inboxing on Facebook, somebody's going to be in communication with you. It's either going to be myself or it's going to be my husband, Mike. What he'll do, just being honest, is he'll tell me I got a message and I have to go in to read it. So really the questions about cakes because he don't know nothing about it, but he'll delegate and let me know.
Okay, we gotta play our position, man.
Right. Well, that's a blessing. I definitely appreciate you, spending some time and giving some time to us, doing this podcast and doing the show and highlighting your business. And I definitely appreciate it. So I want everybody to just tune in and check her out. That's Angel Plum Pastries LLC. They located in Tampa, Florida, but they do deliver everywhere. And again, I want to thank you again, Sade, and tell your husband I said what up, your parents.
Yo.
And I definitely appreciate you coming through. And I appreciate everybody listening. You tune into the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host, King Guy, and your other host, Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
Thank you, Sade, man. Everybody eat, baby.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
You have a nice day. All right.
You too.
Brothers, man. And this how we live, man. That war boy life. Huh? Lay back chillin', dog. Yeah, I'm tryna get it right.